Welcome back to City Insider. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Manchester City Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Pep Guardiola may replace Gareth Southgate. The Football Association, FA, are reportedly interested in hiring Pep Guardiola as England manager once Gareth Southgate steps down. Southgate, 53, is expected to quit his current job when his contract expires after next year's Euros in Germany. The ex-defender has been in charge of the Three Lions since September 2016 and achieved significant success, reaching the final of Euro 2020. FA chiefs are drawing up a short list of replacements and it's believed Guardiola, 52, is on it. The Spaniard, who's won the Champions League 3 times during his coaching career, is regarded by many critics as the best manager on the planet. Guardiola's contract with Manchester City expires in June 2025 and there's a chance he could be lured away from the Etihad. He's been in charge of City since July 2016 and may be intrigued by international football after achieving everything at club level, as reported by the Daily Mail. The FA's dream successor for Southgate is Guardiola. Officials will explore the possibility of hiring the former Barcelona boss if Southgate leaves his role after next summer's Euros, but other managers are also in the running. It's believed Eddie Howe, Mauricio Pochettino, Brendan Rodgers, and Graham Potter are all liked by the FA, although only the latter is currently unattached. Potter was sacked by Chelsea earlier this year, with Pochettino now in charge at Stamford Bridge. Howe is the manager of Newcastle, one of the richest clubs in the world, while Rodgers was reappointed by Celtic during the summer. Yet it'd be difficult for any candidate to reject the England job, which remains a very desirable position. Hiring Guardiola would be an almighty coup for the FA, as they could struggle to match his City salary. The FA have given the England job to an overseas manager before, hiring Sven-Göran Eriksson in 2001 and Fabio Capello 7 years later. Guardiola, who's won titles in Spain, Germany, and England, has previously hinted at becoming an international manager. The next step will be a national team, if the opportunity presents itself, he told reporters in 2021. Real Madrid make Erling Haaland decision. Real Madrid have always been home to some of the best and most recognizable players in the world. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ronaldo Nazario, Luis Figo, Karim Benzema, Raúl, Sergio Ramos, Luka Modric, Alfredo Di Stefano, David Beckham, and the list goes on and on. At this point in time, the club seem to be in the middle of a transitional phase though. They don't really have a bona fide superstar at the moment. Modric and Kroos are in the twilight of their careers and find themselves with reduced roles in Carlo Ancelotti's team. Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham are on the verge of superstardom, but not quite there just yet. A lot of that has to do with the change in their transfer policy in recent years. They have moved away from their Galactico-style moves and focused on signing the best young talents instead. That does not mean that they are not being linked with the biggest names in the game. In fact, both Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland are rumored to be transfer targets. As reported by Marca, Real Madrid will be attentive to what Mbappe and Haaland do and to the opportunity that may appear. But as has been demonstrated in the recently completed summer transfer window, they are not going to abandon their plans. The club are faithful to their sporting project. They are not going to mortgage their future upon the arrival of either player. Now, fans might get impatient at times with the lack of activity from Real Madrid in transfer windows. But it is important to understand they are trying to maintain the stability of the club. Jack Grealish injury update. After missing Man City vs Fulham, Manchester City have started the Premier League season exactly how you'd expect a treble-winning side aiming for a 4th consecutive title to get a campaign underway. Pep Guardiola's side have remained absolutely ruthless. The Blues opened their season with a convincing win over Burnley on the opening day, and have not looked back since, defeating Newcastle United, Sheffield United, and, most recently, Fulham. They are the only side in England's top flight with a 100% record, scoring 11 goals and conceding just 2 in 4 games. One negative has been the absence of Guardiola, however, after the Spaniard suffered a back injury. And the injury trend only looks set to continue, too, with one City star ruled out of their 5-1 thumping of Fulham. As things stand, City are missing Guardiola in the technical area, as well as Kevin De Bruyne and Zach Steffen on the pitch. But, even without De Bruyne and Guardiola, in particular, they have not missed a beat so far this season. With injuries adding up, though, we could begin to see the Premier League champions struggle, especially as games come thick and fast when the Champions League returns later this month. Their latest injury blow seems to be Jack Grealish, who missed his side's win over Fulham but has bizarrely still been included in the latest England squad. Speaking on the injury, City's assistant manager Juan Malillo said, via City Extra, difficult for Jack Grealish to make it for the England national team call-up. I am not a doctor and it will be difficult for me to explain. This will, of course, leave Gareth Southgate disappointed, having included Grealish in his England team for the forthcoming international break. The midfielder's potential absence could, however, result in the call-up and potential debut of another star man. If he does miss the international break, questions regarding the extent of Grealish's injury will undoubtedly come to the fore. As of right now, though, it remains to be seen how long the former Aston Villa man will be out for. Chelsea, Corinthians continuing talks over Man City target. The transfer window slammed shut on Friday, but there is no rest for the transfer weary, nor the transfer wicked I suppose, with Chelsea apparently continuing to pursue at least one target actively. Silly season never sleeps, as we like to say. According to reports in Brazil, Chelsea are still in talks with Corinthians over the future transfer of 17-year-old Gabriel Mascado. In fairness, this was mentioned as a likely occurrence when we first heard of our interest, as the player isn't allowed to move internationally at that age, so any transfer agreed now would have to be for the future anyway, January or next summer. Since he turns 18 at the end of the month. In further fairness, the report claims that Chelsea aren't the only multi-club pursuing the young midfielder, with City Group also sniffing around. Chelsea are said to be offering more favourable terms at 21 to 25 million euros total, including a loan back until the end of next year, 2024, even, by which time Mascado would be 19. Undoubtedly, this summer has been just the beginning of such activities for the Blueco multi-ball multiverse, so we better get used to it. Along similar lines, we did apparently get rejected by Club Brugge's Antonio Nusa. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.